All right, what is going on, legends? Welcome back to today's episode of the Hey Big Mac podcast. We hope you're having a cracker morning, afternoon, night, wherever the hell you are listening to this podcast. Before we get into today's episode, we're just kicking off a couple of sponsor reads. So before we get into them, thank you very much for everyone listening, watching, viewing, liking, subscribing. So first up, we've got LJ Fab. Based out of Chinchilla. He's building custom ute trays and canopies. They're all customizable with a lot of different designs. Guys, I just picked up my new ute tray and I can't be frothing it any more than I already could be. Guys, he's based in Chinchilla. It's a couple of hours west of Brisbane, doing awesome work. Go check him out over on LJFab_custom on Instagram. He's also got the website there as well. Go check out his work, guys. It's second to none. You'll be stoked. Next up, we have Live and Loose. Live and Loose is a bunch of blokes who have just started up their own shop, their own page. Guys, if you're after like merchandise, life jackets, you want to live that Live and Loose lifestyle, go check them out. You can get your own life jacket from Live and Loose. So I know myself, I'll be getting one. I know Maddie will be getting one. Guys, if you're into like wakeboarding, skiing, boating, jet skis, you need a life jacket. So go over to Live and Loose, check them out, grab a life jacket while they're still available. And yeah, go live that Live and Loose life. Next up, we have Froth and Race Parts. Guys, if you're after race parts on your car, go check them out. Froth and Race Parts on Instagram. They've got fiberglass panels for GQs and GUs, coming for 79s, all that sort of stuff. GU high flow power steering boxes. You need them if you're going to run bigger than a 35-inch tyre. You have to have a high flow steering steer box. Double shear high steer knuckles. I have no idea what that means myself, but Andre, he's a master of race parts and building stuff that actually works for your GQ and your GU. We're also bringing back the 79 series ARB bar 5-post kits. So guys, if you're interested in them, jump over to Froth and Race Parts, check them out. We're located between Gladstone and Sunshine Coast, so local delivery and pickup is available. Guys, look, if you want to be advertised, your business, everything like that on here, jump over, send us an email to heybigmacpodcast@yahoo.com and you can make your inquiry to be a sponsor of this show today. So go over, check it out. Injector call lines. If you want to send us in your yarn, your topic, something for us to talk about, jump onto the Injector call line. It is the same email, heybigmacpodcast@yahoo.com. We want to listen to your yarns, any topics, any scenarios, any situations, a question for us. We want to hear them. So guys, thank you so much for everyone's support. We hope you enjoyed today's episode and we appreciate everything. Thank you. Rightio, we're back. We're sitting down on an episode. This week, our guest is Sunshine Coast 4x4. It's a local full driving community page, and yeah, I'm sitting down with the owner and manager of the page, I suppose you call it. So yeah, welcome to the show.
G'day guys, I'm Paddy from Sunshine Coast 4x4.
Yeah. Tell us a little bit about sort of Sunny Coast 4x4, mate. And
well, it all started going to like small car meets, and there was no four-wheel drives. Yep. And surely there has to be four-wheel drives on the Sunshine Coast, so I was on my L's and thought I'd start it up.
Yep.
Kind of get everyone in as like a community, and yeah, it's picked up from there, and we're getting heaps of people to meet and community starting to come along.
Yeah. When you kicked it off, it'd be just a bit over a year and a bit now. What were sort of your expectations when you did kick it off and fire it? Was it just sort of a shot into the dark, or?
Oh yeah, it was just a full send, and hope for the best.
Yeah.
Didn't really think anyone would really care for it, but people started to love it, and yeah, it just picked up.
Man, it's kicking off now.
Yeah, it's
especially after that last meet, it's just been firing, and it's awesome to see. The first time we called up, we did photo shoot and that with Izzy at Full Wheel Republic. It's like, I can't remember how many followers you had. There's probably 1,000, couple of thousand.
Yeah, maybe even before that. I think it was like 300, 400. Where we started reaching out to accounts like yours.
Yeah.
And yeah, just going up from there.
Yeah, no, that's the way. The big misconception with pages and everything on Instagram is like businesses and accounts, and are they personal pages? Or what's go with Sunny Coast 4x4? Is it a business? Is it you? Is it self-managed? Or?
It's probably a bit in between. It started off as a personal thing, as I didn't think it would get this far. But it started to grow as more of a community than a business.
Yeah.
But we reach out to businesses when we do meets and
Yep.
different organisations.
No, that's the way. It's I suppose we'll talk a little bit more about meats because that's sort of the centre of what Sunshine Coast 4x4 is. It's sort of it's bringing the community together. It's the same thing as well with what we're doing on here.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't know, how have the meets changed over, let's say, the last year of holding them, like locations, good and bad things you've found from them, things you've changed?
It's had a few big ups and a few big downs.
Yep.
We were doing Shifters, which was a smaller or kind of like small cars meet.
Yep.
With like your JDMs and Euros, they were doing it like around the same times, which kind of when we were behaving ourselves and the others weren't, it got a bit hard on us.
Yep.
So we had a down where we had cops pull up to the meet on the before it even started.
Yep.
But that was really only like bad time with the cops. Otherwise, it's just a few people that like to hoon, like to limmy. It kind of ruins it for everyone.
Yeah.
But otherwise, everyone behaves and everyone shows each other respect for the most part. And it's just like everyone. We have our goods and our bads, and we get through it.
I remember when that did happen with the meet. It was at Super Cheap, wasn't it? At the home accident, and it was like a night after night of just meets, and you could imagine a bunch of street cars, JDMs, like they are not quite cars, and neither are some four-wheel drives. It causes problems, doesn't it? Like,
yeah, exactly.
I mean, you mentioned stuff like hooning and limmies and all that sort of stuff. Where's that sort of draw the line and goes too far?
It starts to slow down as everyone's kind of understood. Like at our Anaconda meet, we had security there that Anaconda had organised.
Yep.
And we had some people limmying. They ended up leaving, and cops just chased them.
Yeah.
So when the cops said when they were talking to us in security, it's like they don't want to ruin the fun.
Yeah.
They literally just want to make sure everyone's behaving. And when you're causing issues and you're limmying and skidding, it just ruins it for everyone.
100%. I think everyone agrees on the terms of no one likes to bring unwanted attention to cars, people, the whole scene in general.
Exactly.
If you're going to go out in a modified ute and cause problems, there's a good chance your ute's going to get defected. Don't be the one that goes cries wolf that police are defecting people when you contribute to the same issue that you're getting done by.
Yeah, exactly. And if you just respect your car, respect everyone else, and don't limit, don't bring heaps of attention to yourself, cops aren't going to come. Cops aren't going to defect everyone. Yeah. So as simple as that.
Yeah. With the meets and that, you've obviously put a little bit on. Like the last one I went to, it's probably been a long time since I've actually been to one, just because weekends are so hard for me. It's there's always something happening. But to see the difference in the meets over, I think it's nearly been a year. Like you've got flex ramp stuff now. There's stores opening their doors at 6 till 9 o'clock on a Saturday.
Yeah.
To I think you've done Autobahn and Anaconda have been the two bigger ones.
Yeah.
It's pretty impressive for companies like themselves to get behind something that's really pushing forward driving on the Sunny Coast. What sort of contributions do those companies make? Like opening the doors, and is it like security for the events and all that sort of stuff? And you mentioned sausage sizzles and stuff you put on. How's that all work?
Yeah, it makes a massive difference since we're on more of a private property.
Yeah.
Cops don't want to get involved when it's literally private property owned by the people that's organising the meet with me.
Yeah.
So it really helps, and having the sausage sizzle so families can come and then can actually grab a bite to eat, not having to go out and then come back try and find a park.
Yeah.
And just having that extra thing to do, so you're not just walking around looking at each other's cars. You also got a flex ramp there, everyone's surrounding, taking photos. It's been heaps of younger people, new accounts that have started to get all the photography out.
Yeah.
Having that little space to kind of grow your page, grow your business.
It's a very welcomed event though. Like I've never seen, when I've gone there, especially the last one, from the time we were recording this, it'd be nearly 3 weeks ago. And the last event was insane. Like there was people everywhere. I've never seen a car park so full.
Yeah.
But everyone was jumping in, helping out, guiding people around up flex ramps. Massive shout out to Lockie and Izzy for the photography they're getting. It's good. Just next level stuff that we need to be spreading more in the industry. Like, it'd be so hard to be a photographer these days because everyone wants to be one. But
especially when you have that many cars there.
Yeah,
everyone wants a photo of the car.
Yeah, and it's a hard thing. Like, do you try and get there early and get the prime spot, or do you rock up fashionably late and get a spot out the back? But it could be someone with that rig that's going to be that 1 in a million.
Yeah, exactly.
So there's a good couple of questions that got sent in, but I want to start with this top one here. How do you react? Because at the last meet, there's someone, I can't remember who it was, but he went up on the flex ramp and the thing started tipping and everything. What do you do if there is an accident at a meet that, someone damages their car or rolls a car on a flex ramp? And
well, with the Anaconda one, we had public liability, which would help.
Massive, yeah.
But it's kind of your own risk.
Yeah.
Like, it's a flex ramp. If you're going to be stupid, you're going to be stupid. That's your fault.
Yeah.
Like, Brady, the one that brings the ramp, he's offering that. Like, he's offering his ramp to come.
Yeah.
You got to respect it. It's someone's property. And if you're not going to respect it and be dumb, you're going to get dumb consequences. It's pretty simple.
It's sort of one of those things. Know your limits a way too. Like, I'm fortunate enough out at the yard, I got a forklift there and I can put the ute up it and play with it safely. There's no, what would you call it? Like, sort of, not self-conscious or anything like that, but like no peer pressure, I suppose.
Yeah.
To go higher, do this, do that. It's just, I just put it up. Oh yeah, I'm happy with that. And then drop it down. But yeah, it's funny to see. I think I did notice a lot of people are real standoffish to go on the flex ramp.
Yeah.
Like, you can tell they want to go on there, but then they're like, oh, there's a big crowd and they're worried. And
that's the thing. There's even me, I got the GQ, but some of those boys, their flex is insane.
Big shots.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts on, this is completely off topic again, but the whole flex? Like,
looks good.
It's
TikTok kind of vibe.
Yeah.
But, it's capable. Makes it pretty showy.
Yeah.
It's what you want.
What is flex goes a long way off road, but is it something for yourself, lockers over IFS, solid axle, coiled, leafs?
If you got lockers, you don't really need the flex.
Pretty much, yeah.
If you got a patrol, they've already got enough flexes they need.
Yeah.
You don't need this crazy flex to do some of these tracks. You just need real lockers.
That's it, eh? And it's my 79 is a perfect example for it. A 79 is going to lift a wheel every single day of the week on a track. Like, there's no doubt about it.
Yeah, exactly.
With a locker, you throw that wheel up in the air, you just drive through it, and you keep going. It's one of the benefits to sort of wheeling and modifications and all that sort of stuff. So
yeah, 100%.
Yeah. We did mention the charity money a little bit. That comes up. This got asked a lot through the questions. So what happened to the charity money, mate?
So basically the charity money, it was with the sausage sizzles.
Yeah.
And I didn't deal with that. So Anaconda's the one that did sausage sizzles. They're the one that touches money. I don't touch any money.
Yeah.
I don't make any money. Only money I make is Instagram. That's posting photos.
Yeah.
So I don't make any money, especially with charity money. I'm pretty sure that's illegal to actually keep that. So Anaconda dealt with all that. I tried to ask what they actually did with it to see what charity they went to.
Yeah, it'd be good to get that feedback for especially everyone that is asking.
Yeah, but I didn't touch that, and I haven't seen any money. I don't know how much made. Don't know. Yeah, I don't know anything about that.
Yeah, right. Is it sort of something that in the future you could look towards maybe putting out a donation tin and that, as maybe just a bucket that says Sunshine Coast 4x4, and use that money for yourself? I know you've mentioned maybe starting up YouTube and starting up doing a charity bucket system where if people would have donated a meat, and let's say you got a couple $100 from a donation tin just to go towards yourself, is that something that can be used to put into YouTube's, maybe hiring a videographer to film different parts of the meets and doing event days at Glasshouse? We do have Izzy and Lockie, who are two really good photographers, but maybe putting in more funds to be able to pay them directly and
Yeah,
I don't know, just things
100%.
like that for equipment at events like flex ramps and all that sort of stuff.
I think it's more people don't actually want to see someone actually getting paid for it, I guess. That's what the kind of vibe I got from it. People don't want to actually see money being made out of it, which, like, I don't really care. Like,
I think it's a wrong way to go about it, though.
Yeah.
Like, with it really means you're going to limit something. Like,
yeah, exactly.
Even if you've registered yourself as a charity, it can make as much money as it wanted.
Yeah.
But it just depends where that money's going back into. Is it you're doing coaching schools for forward driving or something? That's could be classed as a charity. I really don't know how charity logistics work, but it's
because definitely money could go into like a lot of stuff, especially with Izzy and Lockie. Yeah. Especially starting up like a YouTube. I know there's a fair few people asking for like a little YouTube, getting out and getting little groups together, and just giving it a crack. But there's not so much you can do when you just got an iPhone.
It is hard. Like, I mean, myself and Andre now, we're doing a lot of our stuff just on iPhone still, and it's so easy to film because it's right there. The biggest pain in my ass is actually jumping on the computer and editing and dropping files, and that it takes forever. So,
right.
But it can be done. Like, I mean, Cletus McFarlane, Whistle and Diesel, all those boys are still using iPhones.
Right.
Like, they got nicer cameras than that now for their production, but you still see them. They're running around with iPhones filming everything. So
even some GoPros has been nice. Just like you get one in each car of the group, and we'll have some footage.
That's it. Have you ever thought about like maybe food trucks or something at an event? Like, if we did organise like something like a donation bucket and go, look, let's put it into our own pocket. Let's get a food truck here. Let's see if we can actually raise some money to pay for a food truck to come to an event. Like, I don't know. I just look at it. If you had a taco van or something at a meet, it'd be a sellout. Like pizzas, definitely. Whatever it might be. And I think people get the wrong idea about if a company's making money, it's just going to like yourself. I see it as a potential. If let's say we do a meet one weekend and you host this meet, you get $1,000 in donation charity. Like, it'd be a massive number. That's just more money that can be reinvested to go, all right, guys, let's hire out a showground or something weekend. Let's start getting our name out there into like bigger businesses, bigger brands, and take it legitimately to the next level of like, what am I trying to say? Just expanding it further. Like whether there's more people to come onto Sunshine Coast 4x4, make it a business. And I see a lot of other businesses out there turn into like touring groups. Like, you could turn Sunshine Coast 4x4 into a club, go out wheeling glasshouse, teach people that, because there's so many people in this industry buying a full drive every day. Don't know anything. And we see it all the time. I think there's room there to expand. And
100%.
Anyone that's like, a gold coin donation could be good, could be bad, but I think you put a bucket out at an event and just go, hey, here's some donations. We want to expand what we're doing. It's a perfect opportunity. And I think with every good thing, there's always going to be someone negative that's going to be out there and going to say, that's horrible, like, what do you charge? Like, you know what I mean?
I just end up blocking them. But, I've got like 110 people on my block list.
And
keeps
man, I'm the exact same. You get some absolute wankers out there all the time.
Exactly.
And it's not worth your time, like, because the amount of people that are appreciating everything you're doing outweighs everything the negatives.
Like, 100%.
There's some shit people out there. So flicking into another few questions. Someone asked, should you get an airbox when doing a snorkel upgrade? Pros and cons.
For my Hilux I did. For the Patrol I didn't, just because I'm changing up the engine. So I would, if you're keeping the engine how it is, I'd get it like a custom airbox. Just because it like depends who you are, but it sounds nice and it looks good in your engine bay, and actually it's going to provide you a bit of efficiency. So I guess it just depends on your cost as well, what you're willing to spend.
It's something that sort of come up, and last night I actually just gone and finally put a snorkel on my car. Gone stainless snorkels. Like, I've had a stock Land Cruiser snorkel on that ute for 2.5 years. Everyone said, when are you going to change it? The stock ones are shit. I've proved that stock snorkel can take some hell. And finally upgraded, but then everyone's like, oh, when are you doing an airbox? And it's like, my big thing is, if you're going to go like a pod filter airbox, all that, great performance. But reliability just drops out a little bit more, where I can go anywhere in Australia right now and get a 79 series like paper filter, panel filter. They're everywhere. So I don't have to worry about going to Cape York to find a filter or a replacement or anything like that. Whereas with having that stock like airbox in there, it's just set and forget.
Yeah.
And it's just one less thing to worry about. So I think it's personal preference.
Yeah,
like,
depends what you want it for.
And there's always a huge debate. Oh, Stano, like ram heads, all that sort of stuff. Like, what way do you go? Do you go the way that someone's telling you to go? Do you want to build your car the same way someone's telling you to build your car, or do you want to build it for yourself and take what's happy?
Personally, I reckon just build it how you want.
Yeah.
Like, you can listen to people. People's gonna have all different opinions. Gonna say that the way you're doing it's wrong. But if you like it, like that's what matters. It's your car in the end, it's not theirs.
100%. Yeah, bit like run your own race.
Yeah, exactly.
And me and Maddie say it way too often. But if you're going to build something because someone else has told you so, if you don't love it, you're going to hate it, and then 6 months later you're going to change it anyway.
Yeah.
So it's, you might as well build it to what you like. And I mean, I'm shocking for it. I build everything to what I want to do, but then I'll get 6 months down and I go, oh, I found something better. I want to change that. I want to do the next thing, the next upgrade. And yeah, it just keeps going on. Best defect story and ever run away from police.
Haven't been in a car fast enough to run away from the police. But,
Yeah, tell me about Toyotas, man.
I've only got defected once, and it was a stupid decision by me because I got back from glasshouse, and so I had like my red lights on for the JTX from the Hilux.
Oh, all right.
Yeah. I had a little switch that I could flick so it lights up,
Yeah.
and then flick it off and see cops. I forgot which way the switch was.
Oh,
and
no.
I've gone back to Noosa in the morning, and I've been pulled up near Croy there.
Yeah.
And he's just came above the hill, and I flicked it off, and he must have seen it last minute. But yeah, it was only a minor defect for the headlights and warnings for everything else.
Something so simple though, eh?
Yeah, just a little switch.
I mean, I've only been defected once. I wish I could say it was that simple, but this copper, he must have a bad day, because I went home that afternoon and I pulled the whole ute off the road. First ever defect that I'd gotten, first major run in. And it was turbo seats, sway bar, exhaust, lift, steering wheel, bonnet, bull bar. There was everything on this 75. And it was just the seats were welded to the cab. That thing should not have been on the road. But I had that thing when I got my license, and I just modified the absolute shit out of it. But love that ute. I wish I still had it and never sold it. But yeah, fuck, that caused some trouble.
It's a bit hard these days as well, because you get mod plates for it, and they don't want to see the mod plates.
Yeah.
So I remember there was the time where the cops came at the meet, and it was Benz N70 Lux or something like that. He had all the certificates and all the proof to say it was all good. They just didn't want to see it.
Yeah.
They just wanted to write up a defect.
Yeah, same. Me and Maddie talked about it last week on last week's episode, and I got pulled over out at Kilcoy a few months back, and they were on me pre-engineered, pre-rego built car. And they're oh, you need your swerve test certificates, you need your blue plates and all that. I'm this has a whole brand new VIN plate. It's done so we don't have to go through that process.
Yeah.
And it was just, there needs to be a lot more knowledge in the scene, but at the same time, the argument can be made that police officers aren't paid enough to be worried about that sort of stuff. They only go through for their education to the bare minimum of what they got to do. And
we had a story. One of the blokes that was working at Autobahn when we had the meet there, his misso was a copper.
Yeah.
And apparently she was saying a lot of the cops want to go defect these 4Bs because they don't actually want to go to the DVs. So they'd rather go defect 4B than go to, something so serious. It's pretty,
It's annoying if you've got to put one major thing aside and, every day of the week, go out and stop someone that's, a DV, or there's an assault or break-ins. How often do you see a car get stolen and nothing ever gets done about it?
Yeah.
You see someone with a loud exhaust and they're fucking get that guy.
It's pretty crazy,
Yeah, it's... But the same thing, it comes back to hooning at events and meets and causing that unwanted attention. It's hard to please everyone these days, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's not so good.
Yeah. The last one we sort of covered, but Have you ever had any issues with like police or businesses from hooning or misbehaviour at meets and events?
I've never heard anything. Never got like directly contacted.
Yeah.
Yeah, not really. Just that one time. I think the meet after that, there was a like an undercover cop came.
Yeah.
In like a Subaru, like WRX kind of thing. But that was like it was basically over anyway.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's basically it. All the companies that jumped on for the meets, they loved it.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think December 2nd or 3rd, it's going to be Autobahn meet again to end the year.
Yeah, right. So tell us about that one, because we might as well hype it up on here now. Because
there's not too much so far.
Yeah.
Basically, it's going to be another Autobahn meet in December just to finish finish the year.
Yeah.
And yeah, last time we filled out the car park and all the back streets and stuff, and
yeah,
be interesting to see how many we get there.
So where's that? What Autobahn's that one at?
Kwana way.
Kwana.
Yeah, near the stadium.
Yeah. So is that next to like Roof Explorer and all that near there?
It's like the really just like long car park.
Yeah.
It's not like too big, but
yeah. Oh, there you go. Kwana Way Autobahn, and that's the 2nd of December, is it?
Yeah, it's on the Saturday.
On the Saturday
I think
night.
it's 2nd or 3rd.
Yeah. So first weekend of December.
Yeah.
Easiest way to put it, but yeah, I know a fair few boys were already talking about that one. So
yeah.
Probably be a good
Always
chance.
pretty big.
I know I'm around that weekend, so I'll probably be down there again. But
yeah, 100%.
yeah, it's good to see the turnouts of it. So
Just gotta get there early, get a park.
yeah, yeah. Try and get there early.
Especially
Like I got to the last one at about 6:15, 6:30, and it was already packed. Like that first quarter of the car park was packed, and somehow I sneaked in this nice little spot right up front. I was like, I don't know how I managed this, and then I got absolutely dwarfed by this bloody Unimog.
Yeah, that thing was massive,
fucking huge. But yeah, it was just that was cool variety to me.
Yeah.
Like, how many times have you seen something that big?
Even like some F trucks over there. Like,
Yeah.
you don't see them too often, eh?
I think it might have been Coda's red F truck.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
parked right up front. That was sick. There was a couple of standout cars there that you can see, like, they were shiny, but they
Yeah.
were used.
Yeah,
Like,
100%.
yeah, they get beaten on, but no, it's the meats are kicking. Like,
Yeah.
it's doing
It's good
well.
fun.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on Glasshouse getting knocked down and all the wombat holes and stuff like that?
I guess they kind of have to do it in a way. It's going to make it easier for firefighters. So many fires out there right now.
Yeah.
My old boy's a firefighter, and even seeing some like the videos, like it's crazy through there.
Yeah.
Just being able to actually access it, but you see both like ways. For the four-wheel drive scene, it's pretty heartbreaking. That's where a lot of people like grew up four-wheel driving.
A lot of people learn out there too.
Yeah,
Like,
that's what I've heard.
Yeah, there's a bit for everything. I mean, we've heard the talk about Wombat. Basically, is it everything from the car park sort of west, like the Wombat holes and all that, has just been cleared.
And I think it's any track that runs kind of your power line.
Yeah,
where the power line's
fire break
going.
trails
Yeah,
and all that. So yeah, like big red, little red, there's a chance of them getting knocked down and taken out. Like, what's your thoughts on if all that stuff goes? What happens next? Are they gonna because I remember a month or two back they had, is it Telecom Hill or something like that? They dozed it down and
Okay.
I mean it's starting to come back a little bit, but nothing like what it was.
Yeah, well, it seems to be like a real downhill for kind of four-wheel drive scene.
Yeah.
Like they're trying to ban driving on the beach, trying to ban all these tracks. We, as I was saying to you before, these drag cars, they have the drag strips. Burnout cars have, burnout pads.
Yeah.
We don't have a four-wheel drive park. We had Lane Cruiser Park and that got shut down.
Yeah.
We've got nowhere to go do our thing.
And it's not close and local.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got the Springs. I went out to Springs a couple of weeks back. It's awesome, but it's only 4 and a bit hours from the coast, where we are. It's not viable.
Yeah.
You can't. To do a trip out there, you've really got to make sure your car's 100%. You've got to have rego out there as well. You can't have an unregistered car because of their insurances, liabilities, all that sort of stuff. And I think Glassy was one of those spots where it's sort of got that blind eye turned a little bit for people could take their buggies out, have a bit of fun and enjoy it. And I think that's slowly getting ripped away. If they're going to start knocking down these tracks and all that, Glassy is iconic. It's iconic.
Yeah, everyone knows. I've spoken to people in Western Australia and stuff. Even they want to come over here and do glasshouse tracks. They want to do Big Red. They want to do all of it.
Yeah,
but not anymore.
Yeah, if it's all going to get knocked down, like it's just going to go. And I mean, Land Cruiser Park was the best spot that we've had in a long time.
Yeah, okay.
Now, unfortunately, that's gone. I think it was about 2 years ago.
Yeah.
It's nothing sort of replaced it really that well, like especially on the Sunshine Coast.
I know there's a few places like overseas. I think New Zealand, Romania, and a few of those European countries. They actually have like dedicated four-wheel drive parks.
Yeah.
So you have your beginner stuff, and then you kind of have like your intermediate and like advanced kind of stuff. But you pay like I think it's like $20 a day.
Yeah.
Just go in and do your thing.
That's a bit like over in the States. Like you've got like Moab and all like Rubicon Trail and all that sort of stuff.
You've got like dedicated things to actually that kind of area. But
and everything over there seems to be so. It's people managed. It's not. We're going to this place and it's their responsibility to manage it. It's the people look after it, and that's a reason why these places stay open. And I think we're really missing that. And I think hopefully it starts kicking in soon with Glasshouse, especially. Like, if people are going to go out there and leave car parts and stuff everywhere and rubbish, and like I mentioned it as well when we just went to Cape York. I said I'm all for banging a sticker on a sign and taking a photo and making memories, but leaving a bumper and a half a bull bar and some broken car parts like uni joints and grease and oil through the bush, it's
same as
it's
on the
littering.
beach. Yeah, same as on the beach. Like I think after some of those doofs, I saw like some of the photos of people's stories and stuff. There's a lot of rubbish just left there.
Gazebos,
like especially
rubbish.
that goes straight to the ocean.
Yeah.
Like that's just not harming like people. It's harming all the animals and shit. Like,
and the same thing, if you can take it in there, you can take it out. Like, but it just happens too often, and people don't shame anyone for it now because they're too scared about getting ridiculed and that. Like, if you see someone dumping rubbish on the beach or at the camps or wherever it might be, pull them up for it.
Yeah.
Like, it sounds dumb, and it's for some people it could be a bit scary or confronting, like going up to a random campsite and going, "Hey mate, pick up your fucking rubbish." Like, but at the end of the day, if they don't pick it up, take note of it, send it to rangers, whatever it might be. Then just pick it up and put it in the bin. Like, it's not.
We're sure some people actually blasting on one of the Kuna like doof things.
Yeah.
And the amount of people that just came back and was getting so angry for talking up and saying not to like litter and shit. It's like, you serious? Like, it's just picking up rubbish. It's not hard. Just chuck it in the back of your car, chuck it in a little bin. Like,
Take some like canvas, like those mesh and bags.
Yeah.
Those rubbish bags, you can buy them just about anywhere, like Bunnings sell them and all that.
Yeah.
Take some of them up, throw some rubbish in. Yeah. And I mean, if someone's got it always seems to be the one, if you've got an empty tray back you're always the one getting stitched up with everyone's rubbish bags. It just always happens. But that's just part of the gig. I'd rather load up everyone's rubbish into my ute than know it's going to be left on the beach. Like,
it looks bad on you as well. Like, if you're a group and one person organises it, like at the meets, if people are leaving heaps of rubbish at the meets, that goes back onto me.
Yeah.
I look like the bad person. It's like, if you can all just do your thing and like make it all clean, make it how you when you first got there, there wouldn't be any dramas. Like, it'd be sweet. So it's really not that hard.
No, it's not. But yeah, I think glass is going to be one of those things. It will come back.
Yeah, 100%.
Give it time, but at the moment, especially those fires going on out there, they're just going to keep clearing and
that's like
it's back burning or whatnot. So
we're trying to look for like a place to go this weekend, just to go and explore. Everywhere's closed. Like, there's no forest or anything you can get to.
Like Imbil, Kenilworth, all them places, they're all getting locked gates now. Like, it's
not going to be much for us to actually go and explore anymore.
It's very condescending on myself, but like working for a fencing company, we're out there welding the gates up.
Yeah.
We go weld a gate up, and then the next weekend we want to go out whittling. We're like, well, we can't go out there because that gate's locked. Like, and we're losing. Like, we did one a couple of months back now, and this prime spot of a track, gate's locked.
Yeah, right.
We can't get in there anymore. And there's so many cameras out there too in Kenilworth and stuff now.
Yeah,
like, out the back of Charlie Moorland.
Oh, yeah.
If you head out there, if you come across a locked gate, there's a 90% chance there's a camera there.
Yeah, right.
You won't see it, but it's there.
Yeah.
Like, and they are picking people.
That's what you want there.
It's just unfortunate. Like, there's nothing
is.
close. Like, it's turned into it's almost like a caravan hobby. Who can have the biggest, sexiest rig and tow the biggest caravan and pull up into the caravan park?
That's what it's going to be though. Like, it's going to turn into that. Like, it's not, if you're not going to be able to drive on the beach, not going to be able to take on tracks. Really, all you can do is go camping.
Yeah. crazy, eh?
Bit of a change.
But we might jump into a bit of a change of topic. Rig of the week. So each week now we're letting the guests or ourselves pick a rig or profile or page that they're following along with that they're really liking at the moment. So what's your rig for this week?
It's Puppy's Adventure. So it's a GU Patrol. It's got an LS1, I'm pretty sure, in it.
Yeah.
He's a great bloke. He's always offering help to me and a lot of other blokes. He's in a lot of our like kind of group chats for going doing tracks and stuff.
Yeah.
We went Amwell State Forest and he was just there helping everyone, guiding everyone through it. And it's a great bloke. His car's mental.
It's good to see. Yeah, we'll bang up a couple of photos and that on the video episode. But yeah, like I think we do need more people like that in the industry.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, jump out, help, get around, and it's sort of like what we talked about in the last episode. Drop your ego.
Yeah.
Like, if you've got an ego in this industry of like, my car's better than yours. Like I don't need to help you. It's just you're not going to get too far. Like.
Yeah, exactly.
I think a lot of people see in this industry some of the best people around are the ones that either do or don't have a lot of followers that that they will stand there, drop everything, help out and get around everyone. So
100%.
But Puppy's Adventures, go check him out and we'll have him linked below as well. And to sort of finish off the episodes, we just go through like a guest questions list. So we ask the same questions to every single guest, so
okay.
Bang a few of these out, mate, and see what you reckon. First one is, if you could change one thing about the industry, what would it be?
Probably some of the people in it.
Yeah.
A lot of people thinking like they're four drives, these little drift cars.
Yeah.
I think those are the people that's kind of wrecking it for everyone. Just like the way people are, I guess. Versus in everything, but like you ask a question, you get everyone goes for you.
It's like you get scolded for asking a simple question sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, and I get it a fair bit. Like now it's sort of changed the way I run my profiles and that. Like I just keep links saved in my notes, and if someone asks me, what lift and all that are you running, I just send them a link straight to the JMax website and I go, this is my setup. Like it's the easiest way to explain it. Like some people go like a real unique question, and when I know something's unique, they've put the effort to go and go, all right, what's he done to his car? What's this? I need to ask further because I can't tell. Yeah. And then you're happy to take the time with those people and spread it. But I don't know how many times I reached out before I even started like trying to chase social media or anything like that, and reach out to someone and go, what have you done here? How you done that? And they just like shrug you off and go, no, fuck off, mate.
Yeah.
And it's just like
give like a smartest answer or something like that.
And the forums are shocking for it. Yeah, I mean, how many times do you jump on a forum and you see the same question just get asked every single time? Like, what lift and tyres can I fit with a stock lift or 2-inch 33s or whatever it might be? Or am I going to scrub by putting this on? And like, who's running what headlights? And it's like, I mean, if you just go to the search bar and just check down.
It's pretty easy to find once you know what you're doing.
Yeah. Where do you see yourself in 1 year, 5 years, 10 years? Like yourself and the Sunny Coast 4x4 page?
Hopefully Sunny Coast 4x4 page getting it to a much higher level. Kind of wanting to kind of start the YouTube.
Yeah.
Kind of get how TJ and Mac Preston kind of have their thing with it.
Yeah.
Go out and do tracks and get a bunch of people and video in and all that.
Yeah.
So a lot that'd be the goal, I reckon.
Yeah. Just to live your life, sort of
doing that. Yeah.
Doing your hobby, I suppose. Yeah. Live a passion, not a job.
Yeah, exactly.
It's it's definitely something to do. So no. If you were to own one car for the rest of your life, what would it be?
It's gonna be a Jeep Trackle. Not a 4B, but yeah, the old
Jeep
Trackle.
Yeah, right.
I love them, eh? They're sick, and if you had the money, you could turn it into a 4-drive, I guess. Put a lift on it.
Crazy. Sunshine Coast 4x4 wouldn't have a 4x4.
If I had to have a 4x4, they'd probably have to be like a Hilux.
Yeah.
Be a 1UZ Hilux, I reckon.
Oh yeah, yeah. Something like old school, but
I'd straight go back to a Hilux if I could.
Yeah.
Go back to my LN or something.
Do you miss the LM?
Oh, I didn't have an LN. I had the IFS.
Oh, the
one.
IFS, sorry. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'd go back. I'd go get
Yeah,
LN.
Lux,
Go
yeah.
get rid of the patrol.
Yeah.
100%.
Still a fan of the patrol or not really?
Oh, it's really like modification wise, there's heaps to do. There's like so many things you can get for it. But having the tray on the back where you just go and mash your panels, it's pretty fun.
I remember you chatting. Like, we had a chat about it when you were looking in between like an 80 series or patrol, which one to go, and I was like, at the end of the day, it's sort of a hard pick because they're both very competitive for what they're doing. Like parts for them absolutely everywhere, heaps of aftermarket service.
Yeah,
just depends. Like at the end of the day, do you want wagon? Do you want a ute? Like
go back to a ute any day of the week now.
Yeah, you would.
Yeah, so I got the patrol. It was on like stock tires, stock lift. Took it up to glasshouse like 3 days of owning it, and then gone up like Wombat on these highway tires and just smashing the back of it. And I got like all panel damage on the back, like quarters now, and if I had a tray, I wouldn't do that.
Yeah. Best advice you've ever been given?
Oh, probably from the four-wheel drive scene, is just don't care what people say. Like,
that's fair.
If you know that they don't have like the right intentions, just don't listen.
Yeah.
Because they're either gonna take the piss out of you, or it's not gonna be your best intentions to take that advice.
Yeah. No, it's solid advice sometimes. Like sometimes you need to hear it. Just don't care what other people think. Like just.
Especially like doing up your own cars. Like if you're really gonna listen to someone who either doesn't have your car or is not in a better position in their car than yours, like you just gotta do what you want, really.
Yeah. 100%. Sort of last one to finish her off. What's your thoughts on bringing podcasts to the four-wheel drive industry? Like, I mean, everyone's seen the YouTubes and all that. Like, just your standard four-wheel and trip videos. What's your thoughts on bringing a commentary sort of style?
Well, everyone listens to podcasts now.
Yeah.
It's like super easy. Just chuck on Spotify and just listen to it really in your car, anywhere.
Yeah.
Instead of having to watch a video. I think it brings also like communication to like certain topics, certain issues that are like going around. Yeah, it's a good idea, I reckon.
That's my own, is just bring that long form sort of.
Yeah.
You always get to see, like, for example, like you got Mac and TJ and all those boys, and Sam Miles and Explore Life, and you always see who they are on the camera, but when do we get to sit them down and actually talk to them and see who is that person? It's
always them doing crazy things as well. It's not just like calm, chill chat.
Yeah, no, it's so hard to get that out of someone when you go to a full drive show and meet.
Yeah.
And I mean, this is where I want to give people like yourself this opportunity and come down, sit down, and give everyone else the opportunity to go, I want to learn about this guy. I want to know who is it, what are they doing? So, yeah, something like that. But yeah, I appreciate you coming on, mate.
Yeah, sweet. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, good to sort of sit down and have a chat. Been a while since catch up. So
yeah, 100%.
Yeah. What are your socials? Where can everyone find you? And
Sunshine Coast 4x4 on Instagram, TikTok.
Yeah,
basically it.
That's it. Yeah.
Just keep your eye out for the mates and behave yourself.
Go check it out, guys. We'll have the socials linked below. We'll have the meet details in the description below, and go check out the potty page.
So
thanks for coming on, mate. Cheers.
Thanks for having me.